Okay, so today we're going to apply all the different laws, law of sine, law of cosine, and figure out when to use each one. So let's start on page 19. Pause the video here and try the warm up. All right, so in number one, it just says solve for side C, which is the side opposite angle C. And since we have no angle side pair, which I can't find because I only have one angle, this must be law of cosines. So we've got C squared equals, whoops, it's 13. And what's really nice about this setup is this is now a pure calculator problem. Your variable is already isolated. So we can type all of this in to the calculator, make sure your mode is in degree mode. So we've got 13 squared. And so 727 is C squared. So now we're going to square root both sides. And that side length is 26.96. All right, number two, solve for all missing angles. Since we're given side, 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 we have to find the angle opposite the biggest side first. Oh, but this is isosceles with these two equal sides. So, I don't know. Let's find angle B. Since I'm going to find angle B, the side across from that is what's by itself isolated in the law of cosines. And since this is where our variable is located, it's not a pure calculator problem. We have to isolate the cosine B. I can add these together and I can multiply these together, but I cannot combine all those numbers because of this multiplication here. And this is times the cosine. So to start, going to take the left-hand side and subtract these values over here. And that gets me negative 1,089. And I'm going to multiply these together, negative 2 times 40 times 33, negative 2,640 multiplied by cosine B. So to undo this multiplication on the right-hand side, we're going to divide both sides by the negative 2,640. I get some decimal equal to cosine B. Whoops, there we go. When I type this in, a negative divided by negative is positive, so I'm just typing them positive. To undo cosine is cosine inverse, so second cosine of that whole decimal. So I have to use this is okay to type, but if it's a long, non-truncating decimal, you definitely use copy and paste here. And we get angle B is 65.64 degrees. Well, since this is isosceles, angle C equals the same value. And then all the angles have to add to 180. Missing angle A is 48.72 degrees. All right, find the area of the triangle in problem 1. What's really convenient is we have side, angle, side already. So the area is 1/2 the sides multiply together, sine of the angle between. Area is 174.5 units squared. This one I should have just put units because they don't give us a type. Okay, so to continue our practice, we're going to do page 20, just number 1 and 3. You can use number 2 and 4 as extra test review. All of the work and all the answers will be in Drive when these notes are posted. So take a minute, look at number 1. We're going to solve for all missing parts. Pause the video and decide where you're going to start. So what I notice is that I have an angle side pair. I have the 92 degrees across from the 15 yards. When I have an angle side pair, I can do law of sines. This is side B, this is side C. So for the law of sines, that's going to be sine of 92 degrees divided by 15 equals the sine of 28 degrees divided by B. I'm going to multiply by the denominator because I don't want the variable in the denominator. Multiply both sides by 15 to eliminate this denominator. Divide again by sine of 92. And into the calculator we go. .05 yards. All right, so now we need the C angle and the C side. When you have two angles in a triangle, finding the missing angle, they all have to add up to 180. So I can take the other two angles away from 180. To get 60 degrees. And now that I still have an angle side pair, I have this angle, I'm missing this side, I can do law of sines again. If you didn't like moving the pieces around when we were solving in individual parts, you can cross multiply C times sine of 92 equals 15 times sine of 60. Then we're going to divide by the sine of 92. Side C equals 13 yards. All right, let's try number 3. Pause the video here. You try it. When we are given side, 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 we have to use the law of cosines to find the biggest angle first. The biggest angle is opposite the biggest side. So 14 is isolated on its own side of the equal sign. These are all attached. You cannot separate them. Instead, we're going to subtract these values to the left. I am going to calculate -2 times 9 times 6. Divide both sides by -108. Now, 9 divided by -108. So that's a long decimal. I'm going to have to use the entire decimal when I find the cosine inverse. So I do second cosine, second negative, because that's going to copy and paste the entire piece before, the entire value. And we get 137 degrees. Now that I have an angle side pair with this 137, we can use law of sines to find either angle A or angle B. Let's find angle A. So we got sine of A over 9 equals the sine of 137 over 14. I'm not going to cross multiply. I don't need to because 9 is the only value that has to move to the right-hand side. My variable is here in the numerator. So I'm going to type all of this in to my calculator. And we get, again, a long decimal. So we're going to do second sine, second negative for the answer and get angle A is 26 degrees. So angle B has to be 180. Whoops. Take away 137, take away the 26 for a measurement of 17 degrees. Okay, so number 2 and 4, here's all the work. All of this will be in Drive for you. Let's do page 21. Now it says find the area. All right, pause the video here. Let's find the area. Well, for area, I need side angle side. So I have a side, I have an angle, so I'm missing this side. So I need to find side A, but to find side A, I need angle A. Oh, we have 2 angles, so that's good. I can add up to 180. So angle A has to be 180, take away the other values, and we get 60 degrees. So let's use the law of sines. To find side A, I'm going to cross multiply. Type this in your calculator and you should get 6.6 feet. So now the area is 1/2 5 times 6.6 sine of 79. That's the side angle side. Again, go to your calculator, And units on area are units squared, so feet squared. All right, if there's enough time in class, let's do 6. I've got a side. I've got an angle, so I'm missing this side. Oh, I can find angle A. They all have to add up to 180. $33. All right, so sine of 33 over 38 equals sine of a, nope, come on here, Miss Weiss. Oops. 33 is going to be over angle, or side A. So now sine of 109 divided by 10. Let's cross multiply. Divide by sine of 109. No units. All right, so area 1/2, 10, 5.76, sine of the angle in between. Oops. 17.73 units squared. Okay, so now, oh, here are the answers. Your homework is all of page 22. Check your answers in Drive.